Welcome back to Two Brothers Comics. I'm Nick, and today let's talk about the oldest comic book in American history. Let's talk about the actual possible godfather and the person who created the graphic novel. If you're new to the channel, I used to do 2 minutes in comic book history every single Tuesday, and I got off of that, but I'm thinking I'm going to get back on it now. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I do something that's very intriguing to me, and that is the oldest comic book in American history. What is that? It's not Action Comics #1. So let's talk about it a little bit. And if you will, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss these every single Tuesday. Now, this dates all the way back to the 1800s. Nearly 200 years ago, this book came out. And I guess it's more of a collection of graphic illustrations. I want to say graphic novels, but it's hard to describe what he was doing with what he created, basically. And at the end of the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the entire thing kind of on a slide. It is available to view for free at Dartmouth. So it's, not like I'm copywriting it. If I am, not the intentions, but it is for free everywhere. So stay tuned to the end of the video and you can see the whole thing. Now, Obadiah Oldbuck, or The Adventures of Obadiah Oldbuck, it was created by a Swiss illustrator or artist, Rodolphe Topfer. And if I'm even close to that, great. If I'm not, I apologize. And I'm going to put up the original name to it right here because, again, I cannot pronounce that. First appeared in French in 1839. So that's really, really cool. 1839. Could you imagine making something and 200 years later, nearly, it is so valued and so appreciated and so ingrained in a lot of our culture now? Yes, comic books may not be in everybody's house today, but MCU, DC, EU, all of these great movies, these Netflix adaptations, comic books are ingrained in our culture. Whether it's you're absorbing the content via movies or TV shows, comic books are such a big part of it. And this gentleman made it nearly 200 years ago. So think about that. How interesting is that? Now, The Adventures of Obadiah Oldbuck, and essentially what it is 184 comic drawings illustrating the wonderful exploits of Obadiah Oldbuck in search of a sweetheart. And it goes from everything from death to him becoming a nun, and he does contemplate suicide at one point, and he eventually gets married, and it's such a wild, interesting concept. But it is the very first American comic book, and it hit the American comic book market in 1846 and stayed in print in the Americas until 1877. So it's absolutely incredible, a huge part of this hobby and what we do and how much we love it. Kind of all started back with Mr. Obadiah Oldbuck and that Swiss artist. Guys, you're the best part of Two Brothers Comics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, because we're going to do this every single Tuesday. And stay tuned to see the entire collection of illustrations.